Alright, firstly the base. This is the base, and that's basically how it looks. The bottom part is loose, so it moves up and down. The purpose for that is so that it can push the capsules out on a later stage. These two screws are there to move the plates. These are the two plates. They are exactly the same size. Right. The bottom plate has two pieces of metal so that it doesn't break eventually because of these two screws. So what we do is these two go in there, and when we on a later stage tighten these, it's going to take the bottom plate and move it forward, and that will be clamping the capsule. Then this is another piece, opens up. Again, it's exactly the same holes, fits on top. So if you'd be looking from the top, I don't know if you can see, but they all align, all the holes perfectly. Let me open this up, and then we're going to put the capsules in. Firstly, the capsule, it's got a thin side and a thick side. The one pushes into the other, if you can see that on the video, and it's the bottom side that needs to go in there. It will clamp the bottom one, and then I'll show you how we're going to lift the tops out. To get our capsules in there, this is the other tool that we use. It's like a shaker thing. Again, that's basically how it works. We're going to put the capsules on, and then once we press this, it falls through, and it falls into what seems like a little guide, if you can see there. Then, and that's basically just to flip them upright, and then they fall through. Alright, just bring the video here slightly for me, okay? This one gets done manually. We shake it up. The access ones we take off by hand. Now this thing takes 60 capsules, while that one takes 120. So what we do is we put it up, we move to the top, press so that they all fall through. It's one or two that doesn't always succeed, giving a bit of a shake. Right, there's about 5 that didn't fall through nicely, 6. Then we just put them in manually. And one fell upside down, but that's how it works. And then there we go. Now we'll do the other rows. Okay. This time we move it down so that we can fill up the second rows. Again, push it through. To give a bit of a shake so they all fall through. Again, this is something that doesn't always fall through nice, but majority of them are in. Some fall upside down, and then we need to turn them around. Now that one has a bit of a problem, but this is what happens from time to time. It fell upside down with a thick side to the bottom. Now that won't just come out. I have to manually take it out, put it back into the capsule, and put it back in. Nicely for making the video that actually happens now, because it happens once every 50 times you use the machine. Right, this one just presses everything equally flat. Clamp that in so that they don't come out. Now we tighten these, and over a period of time you get the feel of it. It needs to be pretty tight, but again not too tight but not too loose, so you get the feel of it as you go along. So that clamps the bottom piece together, and now this one will just lift the top part of it out. Do that slowly. Alright, I obviously didn't clamp it tight enough, so that these ones didn't come through, so we'll just put them in manually quickly. So yeah, I either clamped it too hard or too soft. It's because I don't work with the machine every day. Put those in. Alright, put that one side, we're done with that. Now we loosen these, and then they fall flat onto the bottom one that can move up and down. Right, put them on there. Then here we've got a simple guide that we just put on top, and that's when we're going to use our powder. Alright, powders, we put some powder on here. And we just make sure we fill up all the holes there, the capsules. A little bit more. Okay, this I normally just take off for now. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then this is a little tool just to press the holes. So we basically just compressing everything in there. And you'll see what I do is I put it slightly at an angle as I push it in. If you just push it flat in, often it just pushes all the powder out. So this is a gradual thing. Like that. Now it depends on the powders. There are certain powders that fills that thing straight away, and it doesn't leave any room for compression. And then other ones sometimes even needs to be compressed 2 times. In most cases we just compress it once and the capsule is completely full, but it does need the compression part of the process, especially when it perhaps creates an airlock inside. Alright, our capsules are full. Take this off and it's about taking all that off. This I'll throw my hand, throw it back in there. Alright, now we need to put these ones, the top pieces back in again, and it just goes up. Now there's a slight movement that you can see there on this top part, and the reason for that is because it's again a feel situation. Until you can feel the top part of a capsule actually sinks into the bottom one. So while I do that, I'm now going to press up with the bottom piece into the top while moving it around. You can see I'm moving it around, and I can actually feel when it is actually sliding up slightly into the capsules. It won't slide in completely, but we just clamp it in a little bit. Right. Make sure this is loose. Now we can lift the capsules out. Right, there you see all the capsules are nicely in, but they're just slightly touched in. So now we need to click them. Now if you work with capsules, you can actually feel and hear there's a slight clicking noise taking place. Alright, so, and sometimes like that one doesn't want to just click in. You've got to move it around a little bit. And again, it depends on the capsules. Some capsules are very easy to clip in. You can feel when it's actually hooking and it's not clicking properly. There's another one. Now you can't press these too hard, especially when one of them gets stuck, because the moment you press too hard on the other side, it's actually going to dent the capsule on the other side. So this is my manual process that takes time. Now I can see them from the side. I can see whether they are flat. Okay. Yeah, I can feel that they're all clamped in nicely, and I can see the angle from this side. They all look pretty fine to me. Right, now it's time to take them out. And knowing that there are 120 capsules in there, our bottles only take 60 at a time. So all I'm going to do is flip out 60 of these tablets. Which means I don't have to actually physically go and count 60 out again. Now I know that's 60 and that's 60, and that I can just throw straight into my bottle. Right, so that's the basics of the capsule machine. Thank you.